Savage means, to me, means, you know, just getting busy, getting loose, you know, kind of taking an unapologetic approach to what you do, you know what I mean, and just really doing what you do, you know. Facing adversity, you know, grabbing the bull by the horns, like, not even caring, you know, just really doing it, you know, taking those risks. No risk, no reward, right? Strangely enough, after watching the film, there was a lot of similar imagery that I use, you know, like a lot of the kind of Southwest, you know, Mexican, Española kind of like imagery, you know, within my own work already that I played with, being that I'm part Apache, you know, and my mom and, you know, a portion of my family comes from that heritage. So for me, it was kind of a no-brainer, like just continue on the path that I've already, you know, been given, and, you know, continue with that path and like further even more with this project, you know. And then just really come with it, like really rock it as hard as possible, you know? This deity kind of kept on popping up in my head, and it was the same deity that they show every once in a while in Savages, Santa Muerte, which is apparently the patron saint for Mexican drug cartels, or Central American drug cartels. Not that I have any affiliation with such drug cartels, fifth on stuff like that, but gold leafing, you know, basically just fire and brimstone, you know, the emblem within the Sacred Heart, basically just kind of like balance that out. Death, you know, divine death. So basically what I'll do is I'll put a sheet of paper up against the wall, and then usually I'll put a piece of transfer paper in front of it and sit down, just kind of stare at the piece of paper for, I don't know, like as long as, you know, I need to stare at the paper. Try not to rush my work, and then I'll do like a really rough sketch of what I think, or sometimes I'll just let things come through, you know, instead of like trying to think about it too much. And then I'll start sketching on the transfer paper. So that way when I decide that that's the final image, I can always fine tune it without worrying about like ruining the actual sheet of paper underneath it. And then I'll just go through and attack it with an X-Acto blade. You know, and the X-Acto blade, like I've always told people, it teaches me to be patient as well, because you can't erase. So every line that you're making has to be like precise. You know, it's almost like when the Tibetan, like, you know, Buddhist, like my friend Pemo, he told me with like every stroke should be a breath. You know, and there should be the intent behind that stroke. So I try to accomplish the same thing with every stroke of the blade.